Every team, every topic, everywhere. This is Believe.
What's up, everybody? Friday Face-Off here. Jeffrey J. Lavecchio and I were taking a topic that might be a little hard-hitting, might be a little controversial, might not, but we got some stuff to talk about here on a Friday. Vex, typically we're on the same page with some stuff, sometimes maybe not, but we're going to face off today. You ready to go?
Give me it.
All right, we're going to talk about like the process of like player selection and getting cut, both from like the administrative side of things, how to let people know that they have made a certain team, got cut from a certain team or whatnot. And then as a player or a parent, also how to approach the situation after you get cut or after your kid gets cut. So Vex, which one do you want to start with? Do you want to start with
Players.
The player? Okay, the player.
Go. Players. I mean, I think all cuts, you should have to have a meeting at the cut. Like, I don't like this. We're going to put it online in 5 days. I think that at the last tryout, you should know, who you're taking and who you're cutting for the most part. And I think it's a valuable life lesson to get punched in the face metaphorically as a young person. I think it's very valuable. I think it's very valuable to have that conversation with a coach after your hopes and dreams as a little person. Seemingly, the sky is falling. I know what happened when I got cut, and I was crying when I was leaving the rink, but it was a great life lesson looking back. It was one of the most important things that ever happened to me in my life because of the conversation that we had at the rink, my parents and I, and into the car and all night long, knowing right away and just being able to talk it over and then making me reflect instantly. Well, think about today. Did you have your best skate? No. Well, do you think that you then deserve to be on the team with the way that you performed today? Just being honest with yourself, Jeff. Do you think that you performed at your best and you deserve to be on the team? And for me to be like, well, no, I really didn't. And having to, do these hard things, because guess what, guys? Life is freaking hard. Life is hard. And if we as parents and coaches and administrators and teachers try to take away all the hard, well, guess what? When they're older and they 100% come to a crossroad in their life where they have to do things that are hard, or they get punched in the face, or they get fired from a job, or they get reprimanded, or whatever it may be, they will not know how to handle these situations if they haven't already learned how to handle them when they were younger. And what better arena metaphorically to learn about these situations than the thing that usually youth athletes care about the most, hockey or whatever their sport is. So I personally think that, yes, the cuts should be in person. Yes, coaches will have to stay around a little bit longer that night. Also for the reason that, I've been a part of these things, and I know so many players obviously who've been cut over the years, and usually the ones who the cuts aren't in person and it's an online thing in a few days or a week, a lot of them don't get any feedback whatsoever after the fact. And for me, especially paid tryouts where you're paying to try out for the team and it's youth hockey, I think the coach should give feedback to the players who get cut for multiple reasons. Business-wise, just you want them to come back and try out next year. Like you're getting some FaceTime, you're getting to talk to them. They get to hear what they need to work on, which I think should be the case in youth sports. And I think, again, it's just a valuable tool for the player to go through that adversity, because like I said, it changed my life. It literally changed my life getting cut.
You and I both, brother. And it was so funny you mentioned that about like the posting online of people getting cut. First time I got cut was as a peewee. And I'll never forget, they posted a list. So it was at the rink, but they posted a list, but there wasn't any like, follow-up talks.
Oh, really?
Posted the list and the coaches said, see you later. So I remember I was like, this is a team I'd played with these players forever. I was typically one of the better players on the team, things like that. And then I remember the coaches posted the list and I wasn't on the list. And I was like,
coach, you didn't call my name. Gilmore, let me see.
Better luck next year. But anyway, so I'm like, dumb. I'm like, I thought my eyes were deceiving me. I was like going up and down and going up and down, and my name wasn't on the list. I'm like, I don't understand. So I go to the lobby. My mom was in there, and I'm like, Mom, I didn't make the team. And she was like, what? Like, and these, like, the coaches had coached me before, like they knew me, they knew my, like, it was, I would have called it a shoe-in, but like, and then like my mom's like, you like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, go look, like I didn't make the team. And she was like, no. So like she goes in and she looks at the thing and she's like, I don't see your name on here. And I was like, yeah, I don't either. I don't know what's going on. So then we're like, I don't know what's going on. And so we like end up leaving the rink. And then both of us are looking at each other like there must be some kind of mistake here. And so we go back and we look at it. My name's still not on the list. And I had played for these coaches before. So eventually my mom was like, you got to call them. So I ended up calling one of the coaches and I was like, hey, I wasn't on the list. Like, did I not make the team? And he was like, yeah, you didn't make the team this year. And I can't remember what the conversation was, but I was like floored, dumbfounded, couldn't believe it. Ended up being one of the best things that ever happened to me. And halfway through that year, that team actually called the coach that I played for and asked them if I could come back and play for their team. So it was just kind of funny because I was playing a level up and then I had to play my age group, and Stan ended up becoming my coach. And then the 84 team wanted to have me back up. They had me play like a couple games because they had players missing for whatever reason. And I came up and like scored a bunch of goals and everything. They're like, we want you to play for our team now. I was like, no, I'm good. I'm good. I'm going to stay down here with these guys. But anyway, one of the best things that ever happened to me every time I got cut multiple times. Like we have people on the podcast that like, these are NHL hockey players that get cut at certain times. We had it's funny. We had our conference, hockey think tank conference. I think it was in 2018, maybe 2019. And we had an agent panel. So we had 3 NHL agents that came and the people who were there got to ask the agents questions and things like that. And I'll never forget Pete Rutilli, who worked for Wasserman's, one of the top agencies in hockey now. And he talked about, you don't want to hit your first adversity at 18 years old. You don't want to hit your first adversity at 18 years old. And I think there's a lot of value to that. Like, because when the older you go, the adversity gets magnified by however much. So if you can have little adversities and getting cut is not a little adversity, but comparatively to when you get older and you hit adversity, it's small. And so like, again, it's not what happens to you. It's the way that you choose to respond to the things that happen to you that are the most important. And so use that to fuel you. I was listening to a podcast. I can't remember. It was a while ago, but they said, get your rejection in every day. Every day, do something that's uncomfortable to get your rejection in, where somebody says no or you fail or something like that, because all that's going to do is help you to develop the muscle memory to be able to handle it when the failures get a little bit bigger or the cuts get a little bit bigger. So it's like, it was literally like proactively get your rejection and proactively do something that you know is difficult or you're going to fail at. If you're in sales, like call a big white whale. And they're going to tell you no, but you know what? That's going to give you a little bit more confidence that I picked up the phone and I did it. And now I'm going to call this person and I'm going to freaking kill it. You know, you can do that. You can do that in so many different areas in our lives. And that's a lot easier said than done. Trust me. I know from experience. And I think we all know from experience, like it's really hard to be told no. It's really hard to fail. It's really hard to get cut emotionally, mentally, even physically, because what happens in our mind, it affects our body. And so, but like, again, get your rejection in, man. Like how you choose to see it and how you choose to respond to it is ultimately going to be the person that you're going to become and the person that you want to be.
So true. Wow. I love that. Get your rejection in. That's some next level stuff. That's unbelievable. It just gives you perspective too.
What's that?
It just gives you perspective too, you know, on, I hung up the phone. I didn't get the sale or whatever. I got rejected and I'm still here and my body works and the world's not over and I'm going to pick up the phone. I'm going to call somebody else or whatever it may be. Like that is so awesome.
And you learn how to be a problem solver too. Like now that we're doing what we're doing, we're a little bit older and like, you know, what is it? Wisdom is wasted on the youth or something like that. I don't know. You say it. But like having the ability to be a problem solver is one of the best life skills that you can have.
Probably the best in the real world. The best in
Yeah.
the real world. If you don't need to call mom and dad, and you don't need to ask your boss, hey, come check my work. No, you're just a doer. Like, those are the people that I want to hire for my own company. Like, those are the
100%,
people
man.
that I want next to me when I have business ventures, not somebody who needs to have constantly their work checked. No,
Go-getters,
solve the problem.
self-starters.
Yeah, solve the problem. Go do it. Figure it out, and let's effing go.
And find that effing dog.
You got a responsibility.
So, okay, we only have like, I don't know, 15, 20 seconds left. But on the other side of it, the administrative side of it, do it in person. Don't put a freaking list on the website, and provide feedback. That should be the least that you can do. The least. Is it going to take a little bit more time and effort for the 2 days that you do tryouts and the night that you have to be there, maybe potentially the next day or whatever? Like, that's fine, but like, provide feedback and do it in person. Let the person know why. Let them know what they need to work on so they can go back and do that and get better and potentially make that team the next year.
Right. This isn't a manufacturing plant. It's not about efficiency at tryouts. Like, these are kids. Let's give them the experience that they need. That's going to help them overcome and maybe come back and make your team next year. And also, all the parents will respect you, and it'll be an organization that they want to be a part of moving forward, instead of, business mind wise, as an organization, you turning people away by doing it the other way, giving no feedback, putting the numbers on there like little wimps who can't, like stand behind their decisions. So do it the right way.
Do it. Share the show.
If you like the show, please take a moment to rate, review, and subscribe. It really does help the show to grow. Thank you for listening.